I'm quite undecided, if I'm honest. I couldn't say definitely for yes or definitely for no. I think the use of the non-diegetic sounds throughout seemed to detract from crucial moments where you could have used it more, because there's a sort of eerie music all the way through, but then key moments, it either needs bringing up or there needs something extra. Like, you seem to not notice if you, like, that could be added in to make it a bit more effective. The film itself seemed quite disorientating, which I assume is what you're going for, but I think it could be better if you made a bit clearer why he was in the forest. I assume he was meeting the girl, but then he like hides from her. I'm not quite sure their relationship, and when he was counting the trees I was sort of a bit lost as well. But overall I think it was a good film, and it does disorientate the audience, but a couple of things could be clarified more.
I really enjoyed the establishing shot. I thought the focus was brilliant on it, and it showed how dangerous the environment was. You couldn't see past some of the trees. It was frightening, and especially because it was in black and white, I think that really added to it. With the trees being quite dark and the sky being light, I think the contrast was brilliant as well. I also enjoyed the handheld shot when following the man through the forest. I think it really captured like the fear of it, and you know, my heart was racing with his. And also there was a shot in which it zoomed out, and I think that showed how small he was in comparison to his surroundings, and I found that really enjoyable as well. I really enjoyed the film.
I thought that the close-ups were a little bit blurred around the edges. I wasn't sure whether that was like for a reason, but you kind of miss the emotion a little bit. Only on some, not on all of them. And the shot of the phone, I think it's about halfway through. I think it was a bit fast, maybe a bit slower.
The music, the sound effects, of like the phone when he's typing the number, the birds in the walking and the rustling of the trees fit really, really well. They're really nice and clear and emphasise what was happening in like the location setting, so I thought that was really good. And obviously he's not going to walk and not make any noise in a forest, so it was really nice to hear the sounds. The music was really eerie, which fitted really well and emphasised the confusion and the fear in the boy, and it really helped to drive the film along. Obviously just like the bit where I say action needs to be taken out, but that's the only tiny bit of sound that I didn't think fit, but thought it was really good.
I feel that the black and white effect does add to the mystery, yet I feel that it's not completely needed. Like, the setting itself is very like mysterious and creepy, and like if you had all the greens and the browns of the forest, I think that would work just as well. And perhaps just like adjusting the brightness, so when the hand goes behind the tree, like just take that tone down, because like maybe the complete black and white isn't needed.
I thought the characters were relatable in terms of the film, as the main character was quite an awkward and kind of he seemed like a nervous person, because he was like, because of how the shots were edited, he was always like kind of like looking everywhere, but and that added to the mystery of it. But I was a bit confused with the character of the girl, because he hid from her, but then he kind of spoke to her as well. But I think this all adds to his character, but it adds like lots of mystery into the film.
From watching the film, I think that the plot is about a boy who's meeting up with his friend when he hears a gunshot and then becomes confused where he is. Personally, I did not understand the ending, as I didn't really understand what was going on, but I think that's kind of what you were kind of going for, that you wanted it to be quite mysterious. And I've put that the character of the girl became confusing to me, as at first he was hiding from her and then he started to speak to her, so maybe you could kind of make it a bit more significant why he was speaking to her and then not speaking to her, I think.
I thought the atmosphere was quite like mysterious and scary, because it was in black and white, and like the sounds added like to the atmosphere and made it a bit more like what was going to happen and what was happening.
The only thing I could think of would be to perhaps include more dialogue to explain like who the boy is, why he's there, and who like the girl and the other characters are in relation to him.
I enjoyed the section where the first gunshot went off, because it created a state of confusion, and the actor portrayed that well as acting scared and confused what to do.